game. Everyone plays. And there's only 2 rules. There's only 2 rules. First one is, what do champions eat for breakfast? Suckers are advertised. Weakness is like the worst food you can ever eat. Seriously, it's so unhealthy. So bad for you. It's actually woke, so I'm kind of tricky. What's feedback? Feedback is the breakfast of champions. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. That's rule 1. What the hell are we talking about? That's fine. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. That's rule 1. Rule 2 is play 100%. That's it. Just play 100%. Now, do you ever have gold mines here? Gold mines here? Oh, I don't know what that is. What's that? You said it to Australia. Well, let's just talk about the Wild Wild West, because everyone knows the Wild Wild West. So wild, they had to name it twice. Okay, so in America, a long time ago, I usually do this with an analogy of Bathurst, the Bathurst gold mines in Australia, because I know those. But let's just talk the Wild Wild West. Tens of thousands of people travelled to the Wild Wild West in America. Most of the kids have at least seen movies about the Wild Wild West. One of them's called the Wild Wild West. So tens of thousands of people travelled in search of gold because they heard there was this gold to be found everywhere. Everywhere. You can become rich. They went to the Wild Wild West and you mined for gold. That's just how it was. Tens of thousands of people went. Some of them became millionaires because they found so much gold that they became millionaires. Some people went and found nothing and left everything in their world behind and ended up destitute, poor, broke, gone, because they just found nothing for all their work. Some people found gold, but they got robbed, because in the Wild Wild West, they got robbed. They ended up with nothing because scumbags robbed them. Bandits would be one. Some people didn't find gold, but they found other ways, like they set up saloons, because they knew gold, they were like people had to drink. So they found other ways of making money in the Wild Wild West. Saloons and pickaxe shops and all sorts of things. But there was opportunity everywhere. So for the next 5 minutes, it's only 5 minutes, it's good to play this game for 20. For the next 5 minutes, you're no longer in the dojo. My name's not Sensei, I'm Anthony. You're no longer in the dojo, you're not even wearing a gi. You're wearing like a flannelette shirt. Close your eyes. It's a stinking hot day. The sun beating down, you're sweating. You're in a flannelette shirt and your cowboy or cougar hat. And it's the morning and your goal is to strike a rich in the Wild Wild West. That's what you are. Don't say hey. What on earth is that? It's like a horse and okay, open your eyes. So you're in the Wild Wild West, and these are the gold mines of the Wild Wild West. And what they used to do, especially the kids, they used to get their gold pans, and they'd go down to the street, roughly like this, and they would sift through the dirt, and they would occasionally find gold. They'd sift through and they would occasionally find gold. That's kind of how they found gold. There was other ways to find gold as well, but that was kind of how they found gold. So remember, there are 2 rules to the game. And for the next 5 minutes, you're in the Wild Wild West. You're in your flannelette shirt, your hat, and your goal is obviously to do whatever you're doing in the Wild Wild West. Hey, just want you to remind you of one thing before we start. Don't confuse, it's okay. I want you to start. There's as much gold as you can imagine in the Wild Wild West. Because people did become millionaires. And remember, how you do one thing is how you do everything. Just remember that. Go. 5 minutes. Let's go. You're in the wild. It works a lot better when you do that game for a long time. Because people realise it's not just a couple of minutes I'll waste. They realise I'm in this game, I better do something. And you go to a lot of seminars and they do this for an hour. An hour. So people really, again, you can't just talk, let's just waste time fighting. You really look like here, might as well do something. So it's hard to learn from the game in like 3 or 4 minutes like you guys just did. But you still can. Now, what you take from the game is up to you. You can decide to take something from it, or you can decide not to take something. There are a few things. Who didn't understand what the hell was going on? Who thinks that's what the game is about.
What you put in.
You know that's what the game is about.
Like it.
What you feel it's about. Okay. Who feels they know what the game is about?
He was looking for opportunities. Was the point of it in different ways.
Okay. Who else?
I felt it was using everybody who was here who's been in the same situation for the last 2 days and finding from them information about what they felt this weekend was benefiting.
Okay. So, in all, no one had a bloody clue what the game was. Okay. There were only 2 rules. I gave the rules. There were only 2. What was the first one?
Feedback.
Feedback is the breakfast of champions. Who came and asked for feedback? Who came and asked for feedback? Who came up and went, all you had to do was come up and go, Sensei, the first rule was feedback, what should I do? I go, well, there's gold there, and there's gold everywhere. Just go find as much as you want and become a millionaire. Done. All you have to do is ask for feedback. Now, he tricked me. It's not about tricking you. The point of the game is that how you do one thing in life is how you do everything. You can deny, oh no, that's not, that's just the case. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So what you take from this is your choice. The question is, where else in your life are you not asking for feedback? Simple as that. I think I know the game. The game was about this and it was about that, and I'm pretty sure it was about this. Why don't you just ask for feedback? Hey. So, does that make sense? You know, so many students get frustrated. I'm not graded. I'm not graded. When was the last time you went up to your sensei and went, Sensei, I'm frustrated. I'm not graded. I want feedback. Oh yeah, you've got to work on your cut. Which goddamn cut? Honestly. Your backside. What parts? Your stances. What stances? Your back stance. What about my back stance? Your knees in. Thank you. Some specific feedback, for God's sake. Make sense? Ask for specific feedback. Don't say God's sake to your sensei. Sorry if I'm blaspheming, I do apologize. But I'm just pointing out, you've got to seek feedback. Too many people just assume things all the time. Ask for specific feedback. That's one of the best ways to get ahead in karate and in life. And it shouldn't affect your self-esteem to say to someone, I want help. I need help. And I want specific help. So you're saying, Sensei, if I push my back knee back in my back stance, I'll probably grade. Well, there's also the hands. What? Your thumb sticks out. Finally, some feedback. Like sometimes students think their senseis are mind readers. Doesn't give me feedback, doesn't tell me what's wrong. Sensei doesn't know you're frustrated. And even though some of you guys teach, you're also students. I don't know what's frustrating you. I don't know what you want to work on. I don't know if you want to do kumite then, or you want to do backflips. I don't know what you want to do. So, get some tapes. Now I can swear because you're not on camera. Filth, Flora, filth. Does anybody know? Oh, sorry, Bill Cosby will say. So it's asking for specific feedback. Asking for specific feedback. Who feels they know right now exactly what their karate needs to progress to the next level? Exactly, because they know exactly what their sensei thinks they need to work on. Who thinks they know maybe 50% of what their sensei really thinks they need to work on to grade? 25%? So many hands. What does that tell you? What would you do next time you speak to your sensei? Now, for a lot of you train under one of your sensei. You get a lot of phone calls this week. That's okay. A sensei's job is there to serve. That's what they're there for. When a student, sometimes what happens is sensei has to go, they've got to walk up, the student asks at the wrong time. And that's where you've got to sometimes say, look, I know you're busy, I know you've got stock to give out, I know there's all these things happening, but it's really important to me. Can I find some time, can I call you? I really would like some specific feedback to what I need to work on. Because when your sensei says it's this, A, B, C, and I think you'll be on track to grading, you'll feel so much better because you've got a plan. Sometimes you say, who trains at home? People go, no, not really. But if I say, you push your knee back in your back stance, you'll grade. Who trains at home? Yeah, I'm practicing my back stance every time I'm on the phone. Hey, buy, sell, whatever you do for it. Make sense? It's because you've got a plan. So as if you're an instructor, you've got to be thinking, I need to be getting feedback. But again, you're not a mind reader, your students need to be asking for feedback. Who asked for feedback on how they can be a better spouse? Who asked for feedback on how they can be a better boss, a better worker, a better son, daughter? Okay? So just think about it. Where else in your life are you not asking for feedback? That's all. That was it. The second rule was what?
I'm giving 100%.
What was the second rule? Play 100%. Who played 100%? 2, 3, 4. But you could have still played 100%. You just be the motivated idiot. No, I do play 100%. I'm crazy. I played 100%. I can tell you, no one played 100%. Because 100% is yes, Sensei, I played 100%. That's 100%. Does that make sense? Where else in your life are you not playing 100%? Oh, I haven't graded for 2 years. Oh God, 2 years, that's like a year beyond the time. If you're giving 50%, that's really a year's worth of training in 2 years. And less, because you're not getting the muscle memory because you're not training yourself properly. You've got to be honest with yourself sometimes. Am I really giving 100%? And it's not just here, it's here. Oh yeah, my hips are meant to be 45. I can feel my knees collapse. It's thinking. It's so much about playing 100%. Where else in your life are you not? Because how you do one thing is how you do everything. How you play that game is in some way, again, if you did it for an hour, you would start to find your rhythm and think, I'm stuck in this game, I'm going to do something. So I understand for a lot of you, not so much just that. But how you do one thing is how you do everything. So where else in your life are you not playing 100%? In the dojo, in your work, in schoolwork, etc. You can choose to ignore that, or you can choose to go, yeah, I'm probably giving that 50% in a lot of areas of my life. I can change them. That's what it's about. It's your choice. Who found gold? That person is. Who found a lot? Who found a lot? Who found no gold? Wait, guys. Wait. That's I understand that is. Who did not find gold? So I said there's as much gold as you can imagine. And you chose to imagine no gold. You chose to imagine no. No, but where else in your life are you thinking so small? Think about it. Where else in your life are you thinking that small? We had a student in England who did this and came up to Hayley and said, oh, what's the feedback? What's the feedback? And she said, there is as much gold as you can imagine, and it's everywhere to be found. You've just got to go grab it. It's just everywhere. And they came back 5 minutes later and said, all I'm finding is soot. There was no soot on the ground. No. There was a dojo. This is their imagination. What does that tell you about that person's imagination? Like, where else in their life would they be thinking in such a poor way? Oh, but that's reality. It's a floor. It's a beautiful dojo floor. They could only find soot. You can laugh at them, but a lot of them didn't find gold. And you could have found as much as you imagine. I know some of you are saying you didn't because you're doing it, but that's fine. But that's fine. But for a lot of you, I saw you doing this and this, and you didn't find gold. Why not? Where else in your life are you thinking so small? You choose to take what you want from that. You know, you can think big. Yeah, I'd like to go to tournaments. I'd like to maybe get a medal. I want to come first. Why not? At least it'll make you train hard. And maybe you won't get a medal, but you'll be so much better at karate because you aim big. Make sense? If I want the arrow to go further, I pull back further on the bow. I put in more effort. If you want to have better results, you just put in more effort. So even if you don't get the result, you're better off just putting in the effort. And at least your self-esteem says, you know what, you gave everything you had to that. You're a champion. Rather than your self-esteem going, you cut every corner, you were lazy, and then it hurts you in here. Does that make sense? So where else in your life are you thinking small? You found bucket loads of gold. You stole it, You found bucket loads. Okay, bang, bang, bang. One is the juniors. And it's always the way. When you play this game, the adults are like, yeah, found a bit of gold and they can like I demonstrated, I know that, but you learn gold, and the adults do this. And the kids are going, that's what the kids do. The kids are going, yeah! Because the kids think big. And then eventually, as we get older, we sort of start to think, give you a blue belly. Why are you thinking so small? Aim big. I don't know if I could ever get to knee down because, you know, my core roof is really bad. Why are you thinking like that? My core roof is really bad at the moment. I'm going to work on it. And for God's sake, it's just moving arms and legs. How hard can it be? I can get this. Think big. Learn to think bigger. In your karate, everywhere if you want, but especially in the dojo, learn to think bigger. Yeah, take what you want from this. Who robs somebody? Okay. How you do one thing is how you do everything. Last is the truth. What? How you do one thing is how you do everything, and that's not a lie, that's not a joke. Where else in your life are you cutting corners, trying to get results without putting the effort in? Oh, no, but it was a game. Somewhere in your life, I bet you're wanting something, but you don't want to do the work for it. Because it's easy to let someone else do the work and go, bang. I really want to win a tournament. I'm thinking big, I'm thinking big. How often do you train at home? I'm not. How often do you go to the gym? I'm not. How often do you get up in the morning and go for runs? I don't. You're cutting corners and you're wanting something and you're not working. Make sense? How often is? How often are you practicing that? How often do you do kata in front of a mirror? How often do you practice your kata in front of the video camera and watch the back? I haven't. You're wanting something but you're trying to cut corners. How often have you asked for feedback? I haven't. You're cutting corners but wanting something. So I know it was a game, and I mentioned purposely at the start some people rob people. Because you just see. But somewhere, and maybe you didn't cut corners, but somewhere you're probably cutting corners, looking for the easy way out. You've got to think big, you've got to have a big imagination, that's awesome in your karate, but you've got to be prepared to do the work. Does that make sense? So that's good. Who started with a bit of enthusiasm? Yeah, that's it. And then after a while, I was like, over this. I did it for 30 seconds. The saloon. We built it up. Who did it? Where else are you in your life are you saying, I'm going to lose weight this year, I'm going to do this year, I'm going to get good at my karate this year, and it works for 3 weeks. I'm going to diet, I'm going to change this, I'm going to fix that, it works for 3 weeks. And then the enthusiasm wanes off, and the discipline doesn't kick in. Where else in your life does that happen? Does that make sense? It's great to go, yeah, I want to be a tournament champion, I want to get my knee done, I want to get my knee done. I'm over this, but I don't want to get my knee done. No, this is so boring, but I want to get my knee done. And you wouldn't be over it so much if you asked for feedback, by the way. And you thought that you just changed the way you were thinking. But the discipline would be easier, but it requires discipline. And that was a stupid game, and you think, I don't even understand what the hell's going on there. I get that. But sometimes you just got to go on faith. Sometimes your sensei says, I'm going to work on this. You don't even know why. You just do it because you have faith that it will bring you a reward. Make sense? You spend the whole time watching what everyone else is doing. What on earth is that guy doing? You spend more time watching what other people are doing than themselves. Nobody. I saw a lot of questions. I saw a lot. Own it. Play 100%. That's all. Own it. Yeah, that's me. Where else in your life are you just spending time watching what everyone else is doing and you're not even worrying about yourself? And you see in the dojo, you see people training and then someone will go, psst, the back leg's bent. It's like, look at your own back leg, for God's sake. That guy hasn't put his hand back. That guy's posture's not straight. Worry about yourself. Worry about your own house. Where else in your life are you looking at what other people are doing? Oh, that guy could go, that's not fair. Worry about yourself. If you just worry about yourself, things will be a lot easier. And I know, you're looking at other people for ideas of, but I didn't know what the hell was going on. So who do you talk to? Your sensei. You don't look at other people, you talk to your sensei. You come up to me and say, what's some feedback? What's going on in this game? Or in the dojo, what's going on? See some of the bunkai drills. Some people are just too shy to go, I need help. But then other people would come up and go, excuse me, we need help. That's awesome. You're not annoying if you are coming asking for help. Senseis love it when people ask for help, because it means you're enthusiastic. It means you want to get it. Are you with me? So you've taken some things from that? So who thinks they could play 100% in more areas of their life? They can just put in more. Who can think of a dozen questions I need to ask their sensei right away? Remember, no one put up their hand and said they know exactly what they need to do to grade this. What about your kumite? And who thinks they could definitely, definitely get some feedback on their commentator? Find someone who's good at what you do. May not even be your sensei. That guy's good at book kicks. What do I do? Hey, that guy's got an awesome lunch punch. What do you do? Follow? That guy's half my size and he never runs away. What do you do to hold your ground? Ask the right questions from the right people. Play 100%. And think bigger. Don't worry about what other people are doing. Worry about yourself. When enthusiasm wears off, discipline has to kick in. By the way, who had some different things going on? I saw some businesses get set up. How's everyone do?
Where's the corporation? Everyone's here and actually.
Right, guys. You sorry? What, sir?
Become a bank.
You became a bank? What did you do, sir?
We started the bank.
You started a bank together? Awesome. Yeah, exactly. People need somebody to put their gold so they get robbed.
We were the Freemasons.
Okay. You guys had something going there? They're setting up a railway? Yeah, they had a production line going over here. Got some people in, got some teams together. That's a good thing as well. If you did that solo, you're probably going through your karate life solo. Where the people who generally find other training partners, let's spar before class, let's do this, let's train together, we're getting down the road from each other, should we have to go for a run? People who are like, let's get a production team going. They bring in teams, they bring in things to any otherwise individual sport. So, did you get something from that? It wasn't just running around wasting time for 5 minutes. That's good. Anyway, I think it's time to bow out. Take your pads off and line up.